Welcome back to Live With, brought to you by this Levrone Signature Series supplement line. Why is that? Because we have the legend here himself tonight, the one and only Kevin Levrone. Kev, what's going on? How's the flight
Dave.
back from Australia?
It was a long flight, of course. Great weekend. It's good to see a lot of fans. Good to see a lot of guys that I worked with so many years. Excellent show. Tony ran a really, really good show, man. It was crowded. It was actually interesting to see how much it's grown, because the last time I was there was 2 years ago. So it was good. It was good.
Yeah, I was there 2 years ago. I think I even talked to you when we were at that expo, and it was great. And I haven't been there also for 2 years because I had some babies, and that makes it hard to travel. But Kev,
yeah, congratulations, Dan. Congratulations, Dave, on that.
Thank you. Kev, it's interesting because we've talked innumerable times throughout the years, and you did the Olympia, you made the comeback. A lot of people were excited about it. I know you were not happy with the way you looked because you felt you didn't have enough time to train and you were dealing with an injury. You've been training the last year and a half. You said you were going to make one last appearance on the stage. First of all, what made you decide the Arnold Australia of all shows? And then secondly, walk us through what's been going on in your life this last year and a half leading up to the show.
What made me decide to do it was Tony Doherty. Tony just makes things so easy, when it comes to communicating with him, when it comes to, he's so hands-on with the athletes that, he actually gets involved and, he helps you. And he's a guy that I can relate to that I've known for 25 years now, because we did so many European tours and everything. And it was one of the shows that stuck in my head that, because when I went to Australia and I competed against Sonny Smith at the time, it was just such a great response from the crowd, and I have a lot of fans and everything over there. And I just wanted to go back and go back to that hardcore crowd. Of course, it's a hardcore crowd, somewhat like England and somewhat like New York City, and just do something outside of America and, make it my last show. I got a lot of fans over there, and I just wanted to have fun with it. And it was the show that I picked. Now,
let me ask you a question, because a lot of the fans, are like getting upset and because they feel that you cheated them in some way. Because you were saying going into the show that, hey, I'm going to win this show. And I never heard you say that. I never heard you say that. But some fans believe that.
Let me recorrect that. I never said I was going to win the show. What I said was my goal was to look better than I did in 2016, Mr. Olympia. Mm-hmm. Then after that, I said that I'm not competing against any of these guys. I'm competing against myself. And that means competing against myself is to look better than I did in 2016. Right. And I also said, I'll let the chips fall where they fall. And sorry about that. I'll let the chips fall where they fall. And that's what happened. Of course, the fans are going to be upset. But I just wanted to say, I didn't say I was going to this show to win the show or to beat anybody. So we'll take it from there. Moving forward, yeah, they're upset because they expected me to look like I looked when I was in my prime. And, of course, any fan expects that out of you after you're going to train and train and train and train. So, they have a right to be upset. I mean, I'm upset with I'm a little disappointed in myself, but there's reasons for that. So.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit. I felt your conditioning wasn't the Kevin Levrone conditioning we're used to seeing on stage. Obviously, the legs, you were having some trouble with those. They were better than the Olympia, I felt. But putting aside whatever, you didn't have on stage, what was the deal with the conditioning? Because I've heard a couple different, explanations.
Yeah, I mean, we can go through it without any excuses. And, I'm not a guy, I don't make up excuses. I've competed my whole career. I tore chest and did what I had to do to walk out on stage and compete and to win shows, okay? Dave, my decision this time was, and I knew that this flight, 7 hours to get to Cali, after that 14 hours to get to Australia. I flew by myself in a hotel room by myself. I got there, water started setting in, as I'm in the hotel room. And of course, I knew that was to be expected. Then I didn't get any sleep on top of it because of jet lag, and I had to be on stage within 48 hours later. I got there Thursday in the evening. The show started Saturday. So it was a decision that I had to make. And the first decision was, it started here before I even got on the plane was, and I'm going to be straight and blunt with you. I know I got a 7-hour flight to California. Now, the old Kevin Levrone would pop a half a diuretic before I got on that flight. This time I decided not to do it because I was traveling alone by myself. And I just didn't know the response that my body would have at this age of doing that. So when I got to Cali, I had a 4-hour layover, and I said, okay, I could probably pop one again. Pop another one, or try to pop whatever. But I decided not to do it. And this was the deciding factor in the whole thing. So it was kind of hard for me to bring that conditioning that I had before I jumped on that plane to the stage without going and doing something drastic. Now, even though I got there and without taking anything, now when I got there, I said, you know what? I called my boy back, Scott. I said, Scott, these are the options. I didn't sleep for about, jet lag, didn't sleep. Either I can pop a diuretic, but once you start, you can't stop taking them things.
No.
I said, didn't take one on the plane from Baltimore, didn't take one on the plane to Cali. If I take one now, what really difference is it going to make? I said, two things might happen. Okay, either I come ripped and shredded, but I should have started doing that back in Baltimore knowing I was going to take that flight. But then if I had started that back in Baltimore and got over there ripped and shredded to the bone, like I know that I normally end up doing, I probably would have ended up needing oxygen backstage because I'd have been so depleted. And I just didn't want to push my body to that limit. And I'll give you an example. When I flew and I did the Chicago Pro Show, for my first pro show out in Cali, I got third because my body filled up with fluid. Now, when I got back home and I went to New York City, I realized that, okay, I got to get rid of this water. I got to deplete this water. So how do you do that? You start depleting your water. You take a few diuretics and you start days out and you can't stop. So that was cool because I drove to New York City, even though I was like a walking time bomb ready to drop at any moment. I won the show. I was ripped and shredded, but I was in a safe haven zone to where if something happened, I'm still in America and I had my team with me. This time, I just wasn't willing to take the risk. And I got an 11-year-old son. I mean, I'm 50-some years old. I didn't want to put that strain on me, Dave. So I just said, you know what? I'm going to suck it up, walk out on stage, and try to do the best that I can. And that's what I did. And, of course, the fans are going to be upset. But the fans aren't the only one upset. You think I like looking at pictures of myself looking like that? No, I don't like looking at pictures of myself looking like that. But I know exactly what happened. And I just wasn't willing to sacrifice to put my life on the line to make it any different.
Why didn't you do the old Levrone cocktail? The little alcohol, a little coffee mixture. The natural diuretic.
Because again, I didn't get any rest. I didn't get any sleep. It was tough for me to sleep. There's a lot of things going through my mind. I don't drink anymore, and I said, hey, you know what? I'm just going to have to roll with what I have.
Right.
And that's it, man. I woke up. I got on a scale, weighed in over there. I was 214.5 kilograms, which is 250, 251, something like that.
100 kilos.
And then
114 kilos.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew at that point, I'm like, okay, well, maybe I need to lose another 6 or 7 pounds to be around about 244, where I normally am at my best, 243, 244. So, hey, nothing you could do about it before pre-shows to get ready to start. So that's what I was dealing with, man.
Right. Let me ask you this.
And Dave, you know as well as I do. I mean, if you take 7 pounds of water and you put it on somebody, they're going to look totally different than when they,
Yeah, I agree. The matter of fact, I think
what he brought a classic in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah. What I think you should have done. Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't do the Arnold Classic because I know you like to drive every place. People don't know this about you, but you'll drive pretty much anywhere if you can do it.
Yeah.
You love getting in your car, playing your tunes, and just chilling out. I'm shocked you didn't do the Arnold USA.
Yeah, it was just, I felt like I needed another 2 weeks, you know? I really did.
Hmm.
You know what I mean, Dave? I mean, I put some size on my legs, but it still wasn't, you know, the size that I expected. You know what I mean? It wasn't, you know, so, you know, I mean, that was like, okay, to totally deplete myself, either I'm going to go out there big or totally deplete myself. And the first thing that's going to go is your legs,
Right.
which we do know that, right?
Yeah, of course. Let me ask you this question.
So,
This is the question that's on my mind, Kevin. You know, you're a guy who your whole career, everything, I mean, you worked hard, but things came easy in the sense that if you wanted to make your legs bigger, you got under the squat bar, you squatted for 6 weeks, and your legs grew 3 inches. I mean, it just, things happened for you, not like other bodybuilders. Is it frustrating now, you know, being in your 50s, that you want to go to the gym and make things happen, and maybe they don't happen as easily as they used to? Does that,
yeah.
how do you deal with that, you know?
Hold on one second.
Yeah, well, let's cut to me here for a second. We'll get Kevin back. You know, this is a question I want to really know because, you know, you talk to people that are, you know, genetically gifted, and I want to know what they're thinking, you know. I want to know what's going through Kevin's mind at this point, you know, at 50 or something years old. So,
Hey, guys.
Kev, talk to me a little bit about, you know, what it feels like now in your 50s to not maybe have the same power of putting on size and growing that you had, you know, when you were in your 20s and 30s.
You know, I've been on both sides of this stick. Okay, it's harder. It's definitely harder. You feel everything. Age sets in. You don't get that respond that you used to feeling. You don't get that pump that you used to getting. Even though you're strong as an ox, your body just doesn't respond and recuperate as fast as it normally would. You know. And I have some of the most supreme genetics in the world. I mean, to be my age at 53 years old, nobody looks like me, okay? But to be able to go and compete at that level, it's very, very challenging, and it's very, very difficult to do that. And it's almost impossible to do that, you know? So, yeah, at some point you got to realize that, you know what, it's time to let it go.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I realized that it's time to let it go. But I had to come back and I had to try it, you know, because if there's anybody out there that could do it, like everyone said, that would support me, it would be me. What I'm happy with the fact that I got back in the game. I'm happy with the fact that I tried it. I'm happy with the fact because what it did was it gave me a healthier outlook. You know, I'm in the gym and I'm training. It gave me more fans. Put me in a position to really motivate people, even though I didn't win a show. By me losing the show, or even 2016 coming in dead last, it put me in more of a state of mind to be a motivator and to really tell people, hey, look, you know, you can do this. You can continue to move forward and create your dreams and do things that you want to do. And winning isn't everything. You know, I've actually, Dave, to be honest with you, I've touched so many people's lives through this comeback of 2016 to this point now, 2018. That I couldn't do when I was in my prime communicating, you know, through the magazines. Now we got social media and everything. You can go one-on-one and sit there and talk and communicate with people. They feel like they're right there with you, cheering them on. I mean, these are the things that helped me stay motivated and made me want to continue to move forward and do this. And it was completely for the fans. Wasn't about the money. I didn't get paid to do this. Wasn't about trying to push myself in the company. We were already doing great. We're in 60-some different countries. We've been in 60-some different countries before I even started this comeback. But one thing that it did do was the emails and stuff and the support that I've got from people saying how they, you know, are back into having the hope and drive and the belief in themselves to get back in the gym, to eat right. You know, I had one guy that was a paraplegic, and he said he gave up. And he said after following for this last year, he decided to get up, go to the gym, and he's able to walk around. He's able to walk around with a walker now. Mm-hmm. So these are the things that I feel like, you know, God, even though I didn't look my greatest or I couldn't come back the way that I wanted to look like, maybe it wasn't about me. Maybe it was about me inspiring other people. And it was just at the cost of my career and the things that I've been through. I had to put that on the line just to be able to do that, to encourage other people. So I'm okay with that.
Well, Kev, I got to just we got to lay it on the line. I'm watching you sit there. I mean, your deltoids and your triceps and your arms look as good as they were when you competed. I mean, you don't look bad. Let's face. People are like comparing you to what you used to look like. I freaking wish I looked like you right now. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. Look at the full abs.
You see that?
Your pecs are great. Your shoulders.
Yeah.
I mean, you obviously have a knee issue. It seems like that's really what. Kevin Levrone peeling off on Live with right here. You look 400 times bigger now than you did at the show. Seriously,
what'd you say, Dave?
I said you look 40 times bigger now than you did at the show right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I'm lean. You can see that. Look at that.
I'm like I said, I wish I looked like you. You look better than 99% of the people out there.
Yeah, so, I mean, but, hey, man, water's everything, and things just didn't pan out that way. So it is what it is. But I got a guest posing coming up in Baltimore this weekend. I'm looking forward to doing that, going on stage in Baltimore, and maybe I'll look more like myself and I can redeem myself a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to see those pictures. Now, Kev, let me ask you this question. What's going on with that right knee? You obviously have a problem with it. There's obviously an injury there, which is making it hard for you to train it. What happened to that knee?
My right knee, let me ask you this. What did you see? Did you notice something?
I just noticed the right leg is much smaller than the left leg, which tells me you have a knee problem. Yeah.
Well, it's not a lot smaller, but what happened was I was squatting 550 about 6 months ago, and I tore a slight tear in my tendon. Yeah, a slight tear in my tendon. I was squatting 550. I was feeling great. Squatted 550. I was going down for some reps, and I think on the 4th or 5th rep, I felt a little snare, a little tear, and it's been irritating me ever since. And I've just been training through it. And of course, I didn't want to even talk about it, so I didn't say anything about it. So I continue to just keep training. But what I have been dealing with is the problem of getting blood. When you have a little injury, it's hard for that area to get pumped up.
Right.
To get that blood in there that you need in there. You know what I memean? So it's been hindering the growth on my right leg a little bit. But you know what? The show's over now, and I can go get some PRP on it.
You look so good. Right now, just sitting there, that I have to believe the competitor in you has to say, hey, maybe I can do another one. Maybe I should do the New York Pro or something like that.
No. Stop, Dave.
You done? Stop. Here's a question.
I mean, the New York Pro is how long out?
It's in May.
How many weeks?
Probably 10 weeks, maybe.
It is a damn shame because I'm sitting there looking at myself, and I'm pretty damn dry. That's crazy.
You do look pretty freaky.
Yeah, and guess what? No diuretics, nothing.
Yeah.
Just flew home.
The water went into the right places because the stress, I think you were nervous. I got to be honest with you. Maybe the nerves got to you.
I don't know what it was. It was crazy. And as you can see, let me show you my waist now. You saw my stomach was blowed out at the show, right?
Yeah.
Look, let me show you this. Hold on.
All right. I'll never say no to Kevin doing some posing on camera here. This is, you got obliques and everything. Let me see a side tricep. Kev, give me a side tricep. Give me a side tricep.
A side tricep?
Yeah, I want to see a side tricep. Let me see the old Levrone side tricep. How's that looking?
You mean with the hands clapped behind?
Yeah.
Hold on. Dave, you're crazy.
Send your donations to 555-1212. There it is. You should have just done a live webcam feed with us to get the show, man. This is what people want to see. This is up close and personal.
I know, right?
Let me ask you this question. When you started the whole comeback thing a couple years back, how many social media people did you have, like on Instagram, versus what you have now?
I had 400,000.
And what do you have now?
Close to 700 and some.
Wow. Unbelievable. Are you amazed at all the people that have started following you? And
Yeah. It totally blew me away. Really did.
That's incredible.
Really did, But I mean, you guys contributed to it. You got involved. You know, you gave me a lot of exposure. You know, you supported me through that first round, 2016. You know, so that helped. I just think everything. Talking about the old school, talking about can he do it? Can he not do it? Me not doing it, then them getting back on the edge of the seat, seeing if I'm going to do it again. I don't know. It's just the whole thing just went crazy, man. It really did. I'm healthy, though, and I thank God for that. My health and everything is good, so, you know.
No, that's great. Let me ask you this question. What year do you think give me at least 2 different years that you thought were the best Kevin Levrone ever to hit the stage?
The most ripped Kevin Levrone ever in my entire life was at the Night of Champions.
Yeah.
1992. I was so shredded to the bone I didn't even get a call out. But believe me, I didn't have any energy to do anything.
You were second at the Olympia that year too.
Yeah, second at Olympia. That was the first time I ever flew to Helsinki, Finland. I walked out on stage. I was dead on. I was so ripped and shredded. But after being on stage underneath the lights, 15, 20 minutes, my upper body just started fading away. You know, I couldn't hold the pump or nothing. So I was actually too depleted when I got it into that show. To answer your question is 90, the New York City Night of Champions,
right?
My best, and I would have to say 2000 Mr. Olympia, when I went up against Ronnie Coleman. I felt really good. I was 243 pounds. I was thick. I was full. I didn't lose. I didn't flatten out during prejudging. Nothing. I was just. That was one of those nights I really felt on, man. My posing was perfect. Everything was on. I felt energy, you know. I felt I was just in a good mood, you know.
Do you think you should have won that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people.
I think I should have won it. I think Ronnie was bigger than me, but I think Ronnie had his gut issues. He got a little bit too big. He couldn't control his midsection. There were things going on with that situation. So he looked better the year before. This year he declined some, and I felt like I had him, even though he was bigger. But I still felt like I had him on just the overall package and presentation and everything.
Yeah. I think everyone was so enamored with the way Coleman looked in 98, 99 that like they just kind of threw him. They assumed he was going to win the Olympia in 2000, and I think you're right. I think if it was rejudged today, I think it might have gone a different way. Yeah.
Can you see my pecs in this thing?
Yeah.
Look, man.
They look big. Now, I thought 96 where you beat Flex Wheeler at the Arnold Classic was another great.
Oh, that was when you helped me. Now, I was 256.
You were huge.
Yeah.
And you were ripped.
I wasn't really ripped and shredded to the bone, but you and I talked about that. Yeah. We outmassed him. We definitely outmassed him.
Yeah, well, that was probably one of the closest Arnold Classics of all time, and probably one of the most memorable battles on that Arnold stage because you guys were so close.
Yeah.
Because he was good, too. He was in shape. That was the year Flex really brought some conditioning to the stage. And so it wasn't like one guy was just more conditioned. You both were pretty evenly matched that year. Did he take it pretty hard when you beat him?
Yeah, he always takes it hard when I beat him. Damn, pretty cut, man. Sorry, I'm Dave. I mean, I haven't been in this kind of condition.
No, we're loving it. Because the fans are loving it, too. So that's great.
I'm kind of excited about this. So it's all right.
Now, let's talk business. Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Getting too carried away over there. Let's talk business because you have the Levrone Signature Series now, and the reason I'm mentioning this is because this is your legacy now. Your career is kind of on the other side of the ocean, so to speak. Now you got to make money from what you do. It's great to be charitable and it's great to give to the people and inspire them, but you got to make a living for your family too. And this comeback definitely helped reinvigorate the Kevin Levrone name, the brand. What have you noticed from your company in sales throughout this last 2-year comeback? Has the brand really grown because of what you've been doing?
Well, I can tell you this. I hate to keep adjusting this thing, but I have to hold on. Is that okay?
Yeah.
We're good?
Yeah, that's fine.
This is what I've noticed. I started a company 3 years ago. And when I went to the FIBO, probably had about 30 or 40 people that were waiting in line for me. Okay. Now I go out to shows. Just went to Tony's show over the weekend when I was at the Mr. Olympia. These trade shows now, people are there for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. The line is down and around. It just never stops. It never stops. I stood signing photos from from noon until 6 o'clock on Sunday.
Wow. 6 hours.
Yeah. I mean, and my line is as long as the headrunners at this show, you know. So it was Dexter, Bonac, and me. You know, those were the longest lines. And I think because of the comeback, because of what I've had to offer now, I'm offering this information for people for free. I'm not charging my fans for anything, any communication, anything talking about them, giving them advice or anything. When they come to the booth, at my supplement booth, we give them free samples. We give them everything is for free. You know, I just give them everything for free. Right. And then alongside that, what I do is I go on world tours. I've been in like 50-some different countries within the last 3 years, pushing the brand as well, Dave.
Sure.
And I go out and just sit there. But it's definitely, this comeback has definitely put me on the map. Not since, you know, with the older generation, but it's gotten me updated with the new generation and what's happening with the new followers that we have, because a lot of them haven't heard of us, and a lot of them did heard of us, but actually by me being able to come back, they're totally zoomed in on me now. I got this younger generation that knows so much about me and that's following me. And when you come to my booth or anything for the supplement company, those are average people. These people are 18, 19 to 23 and 24 years old, you know, men and women. And I think that's kind of mind-blowing that I've reinvented and updated myself.
Kevin, do you like being bigger now the way you are? Do you see yourself staying bigger, or are you going to downsize that?
I'm hooked. I'm hooked now, man.
I'm
sitting here with my shirt off, you know. I'm sitting here with my shirt off. I mean, that's full of confidence. So I normally wouldn't do that. You know what I mean? I stayed covered up through this whole thing of, you know, preparing and everything. But I also found out that what's the point of being covered up, you know? So now, look, Dave, like I said, I'm over 50, man. And you know, I'm just going to do more things with my shirt off in the gym, training, you know, with my shirt off, giving the people what they want. They want to see my legs, they can see my legs. You know, there's nothing to hide. You know, I'm not competing against anybody else. It's just want to have fun with it now and see what I can do. One thing that I'm definitely doing also is I'm going to go break the. Now you could say that I said this. I'm going to break the bench press record for my age group. Okay. Really? What is it? Yeah. It's 5:15 right now. Is that raw? It's raw. Raw. The world record right now for the bench press for my age group is 5:15. And it's by Tony Lotman, and he trains in my gym. And I'm going to break that record. Really? It's going to happen. It's going to happen in June. Really? That's exciting. Will you get your body weight up even higher for that bench press attempt? No, because it's a 242 class. Oh, okay. So I'm ready to rock and roll. That's awesome. That's exciting. Are you worried, you know, because you had the torn pec in the past? No, because I can go in the gym right now and rep out 500 for 4. Really? You're that strong? That's Dave, let me tell you something. The strength never left my body. I was behind the neck in 405 a week out from the show for 4 reps. That's 5 insane. Reps. Why don't you video, Kevin? Why don't you video this stuff so that we can put it up? You know, this. I do. It's on my Instagram page. But forget it. You got to do some full-blown videos for YouTube, because these things have to be around for the rest of mankind. Yeah, you're right, man. And I'll be in the gym later. And now it's going to be even more exciting because, you know, I don't have to cover up. I can go in the gym and do this stuff with my shirt off now. Yeah, do it a tank top. Just give the people what they want. Yeah, that's what they want. They want to see. My fans are loyal, some loyal fans, man. It's almost I can't do no wrong in their arms. Right. I mean, in their eyes. But they want to see some muscle, and I'm going to show them the muscle now. What's the point? Might as well have fun with it. Well,
congratulations, look, on the whole comeback thing, because I think it really worked. I know how your mind works. People think that you didn't do this necessarily because you thought you were going to win any shows. You wanted to be the best Kevin Levrone on stage, but I know you did this. There's a whole marketing angle to this because you wanted to get the Kevin Levrone name back, and it's back, and it's probably stronger than most of the names of the top pros out there on the circuit right now. So I applaud you for what you did because
hey, Dave,
it took a lot of hard work.
Thanks. Can I try to hit a side chest right here and see what that looks like?
Yeah, let me see that side chest.
For my fans out there?
Absolutely. I'd like to see a back double, too, if you can do it.
Hold on. Here's a Signature Series side chest. How's that? Hold on.
That's the signature Levrone. Oh, I copied that when I competed. He probably doesn't even realize it. That's awesome. Let me see the back double. Unbelievable. 50-something years. 53 years old this guy is. Is that crazy? You still got it, Kev.
How's that?
You still got it. You still got it, my friend.
I look better now than when I was on stage, right?
I think you do. I think you do. That's why I think New York Pro. Get your tunes on in your car and start driving to New York and, work those legs the next couple weeks. And one more shot. Steve Weinberger would love it, I'm sure. He'd roll out the red carpet for you. New York fans love you, Kev. Can't go wrong in New York.
Can you see the legs in there or no?
Let me see.
No, you can't.
You got to step back a little bit. They look a lot better than at the show. I got news for you.
Yeah.
They're definitely better. I think at the show you were I don't know what you did. Your body didn't look right,
Yeah, I know, Dave. It comes with the territory, bro.
Well, Kev, once again, how do people get in touch with you? What's the best way? Instagram?
Yeah, they can go on the whole Instagram thing, bro. Find me.
All right.
Yeah.
Where will you be appearing this weekend? Where are you guest posing?
I'm doing Rich Singelman's show here at the Gladiator in Baltimore,
right.
Baltimore, Maryland.
If anyone's in the area, come see Kevin Levrone guest pose.
Yeah.
Any final words you want to say out to all your fans watching?
Nah, just thanks a lot, for the support of me, and looking forward to continuing to move forward, motivate people. I did my best at the show, and just please understand, guys, that sometimes you got to make decisions. What's the most healthiest thing to do? And I felt like I did that so that I could be around a little longer. But you guys feel disappointed. I apologize for that. A little disappointed probably in myself, but I had to make a decision that was in the best interest of my health, and that's what I did. And not all the time just about winning. Sometimes it's about making decisions that's just going to better what's best for your health and help other people move forward and be a positive role model. And that's what I did. I'm glad I'm here talking to you right now because I could have did some things. And this interview might never would have happened. So that's what it's all about, man. I want to say thank you, Dave. Thank you for giving me this platform. You supported me in 2016. We ran into some bumps in the road. You felt like I kind of let you down a little bit and everything, but I'm glad we're back on the same track too. God's a forgiving God, man. So, we forgive each other because we know each other, and we go way, 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 way back. You've been there for me when I got ready for shows and everything. So, and I know you really care. You do care about me, and you always continue to support me. And I know you received a lot of flack from 2016. And I apologize for putting you in that stiff position. You know what I mean? And but look, man, I'm looking forward to moving forward and continue to give the fans what they want. And the ones that are out there support me. Thank you guys support me. True fans are going to hang around, and we'll just move forward, man, and do what we got to do.
Well, the fans are very happy. I'm very happy that we have you here. We want you healthy. You are a friend, no matter what I say in my crazy commentaries that I do, I still love you, Kev. I consider you a brother, and I know if I ever called you up and needed some help from you, I know you'd be there for me, and that's what a true friend is. Of course, man. That's what it's all about. Helping each other and just not having any animosity and everything. And so I just thank God, man, for
for where I'm at, what he's allowed me to do in my health and everything. And that's it, man.
Well, the sport is lucky to have Kevin Levrone. If you want to check him out, his Instagram is enormously popular. Go subscribe, follow him. I'm sure he'd love to hit that 1 million follower mark. And
yeah,
we'll have him back for sure. Maybe I'll convince him to do the New York Pro now that I made him do a little guest posing on the interview here. But
hey, how did that side chest look? That was all right.
The side. I got news for you. Every upper body shot you hit for me right now was a top 5 pro show physique right there. So
crazy.
I think you got to figure out your formula. I think you screwed up your formula.
No, you're the guru guy.
Yeah.
You're the guru guy, right?
Yeah.
So if I had called you,
yeah,
and said, Dave, what should we do?
I'd say go one more time, man. You're already in shape, man.
No, I'm talking about being in Australia. What would you have told me to do if I was by myself underneath those situations?
I would have said no diuretics on the plane. I think you did the right thing. But you had 2 days. You had 2 days when you got there. You should have taken them when you got there. You should have taken the diuretics. Definitely. That was silly. I think you panicked.
Yeah. Well, look, man, I'm in a hotel room with nobody to talk to by myself.
You had Milos there. Milos said that you told him you were going to come in big. I said, Milos, why didn't you start injecting him with insulin and giving him diuretics right there?
Milos talked to me after pre-session.
Milos would have fixed you right up.
Milos is a little too edgy for me. You know what I mean?
He makes you nervous. I can tell that.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I deal with this situation.
Milos would have taken you right back to his hotel room and fixed you all up.
He would have really fixed me up.
And if you would have passed out, he would have been there with the IV bag. He would have fixed you up again. So.
And guess what? I probably would have won the show, but
yeah, you probably would.
Laugh, right?
Kev, we love you, man. Thank you for the interview, and have a great weekend guest posing, and keep us updated.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it.
All right, and that's going to take us to the end of another episode of Live With, brought to you by the Levrone Signature Series. I'm Dave Palumbo. We'll see you next time.